Hello? Okay, it seems like just restarting my internet actually did the trick. I return. All is as it should be, presumably. Now all my browser stuff is cooperating. Good, good. Okay. I think I can ease back into it now. Minus the taquitos. Crunch. Okay. I'm gonna spin. First wheel. Beast type. Oh, wait. Ooh! Interesting. Oh, let's see, where's the... There it is. Trying to reach for my tablet underneath my Snuggie. Welcome back, Milk Tea. I am back as well, and now everything is working. Just after a little reset. Okay. Creature type. What I got was... a ladybug. Ladybug. And then I open the next wheel for body type. No more flickering, wowie. Yeah, I'm pretty sure everything was just on my end. Okay. Body type! Here we go. Okay. Interesting. Body type is... amorphous. It's a lady blob. Okay. Next up, we have biomes. Where does this creature live? Where does it thrive? Okay. Alright. That kind of tracks. I can work with this. It lives in rivers, in, on, near. Okay. And there's actually two different wheels, but I'm gonna spin one before I spin the other, because the other one I have to spin 3 times. So now we have the style wheel. How shall they be depicted? Honestly, I don't really remember what this entails. And I'm not even sure I can feasibly do this one. You know, not without it seeming like a bit of a drag. So I'm gonna try again. I'll use that at my next insult. You look amorphous! Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Interesting. uh. Hmm. Interesting. Okay, so I got... creepy. I have to draw them in a creepy style. As if there's some sort of horrifying monstrosity. Alright. And now for the previous wheel that I have to spin thrice are for special traits that the creature possesses. It could be naturalistic, it could be straight up superpowers. We don't know. Oh! Considering what I just rolled, that is concerning. The first trait is regeneration. Fascinating. Okay, what's next? Okay. It has a solitary social pattern. Ah! And finally, crepuscular. The refrigerator broke, so I've been surviving on Taco Bell. Nutrients in the bell. I raised my last taquito to you. For whatever that's worth. But yeah, crepuscular. Which means that it's most active during either sunrise or sunset. Alright, we have all of our qualities. I'm on my last taquito, so I'm gonna finish it off before I really get started. Thank you. I don't even have a name for this thing yet. Usually I think of it at the end. I'll just go with Lady Blob. Okay. Alright. without any further delay, all of my taquitos devoured, I will now properly kickstart the art. In which case, I am going to cut off my usual BGM in favor for some Toho tunes. Just regular Toho tunes this time. Okay. Let's see. A creepy, amorphous ladybug that thrives in rivers. Let me quickly look up ladybug reference. Okay. Yeah, let me think here about how to make this amorphous. This music might, kind of clash with the general mood I have to go for. This kind of means I have to think about, like, what other body parts other than the legs that I should include. Ooh, hey, you know? This particular reference photo, the way I look at it, it actually kind of seems like the head section, the way it's angled, it actually vaguely looks like a skull. You can't use references, that's cheating. I say as I eat garbage. Truly, you are the expert here. Okay. Well, maybe I should use this vague skull imagery as leverage. God, where do I begin, though? An amorphous ladybug. They seem like completely diametrically opposed. Like, amorphous, you know, usually indicates, oh, there's no bones, there's no, like, muscle tissue, like, nothing to provide a foundation, and then you get a fucking insect where literally their outer body is the foundation. Imagining a slug with spots for some reason, that's kind of where my head is going too. I mean, technically, like, slugs are not technically amorphous, but they're close enough. I suppose we'll figure it out as we get along. Hmm. Hmm. Already I feel like I'm making a mistake. Why ladybugs? 'Cause that's what we spun. That's what we got. We got ladybug, amorphous, it lives in rivers, and I have to draw it a creepy like. Ooh. I kinda have an idea. We could theoretically keep all the like all the shell bits and such. But wrong angle. Yeah. Yeah, for FEBESTIARY prompts I have special wheels and such. Well, wait, you were here when I was explaining that. That should do. Yeah, I was thinking, like, kind of have a gooey, you know, amorphous, like, interior that kind of, like, burst out almost from the original body, you know? Okay, so hear me out, not asking you to start over. In Animal Crossing New Horizons, it's my pronouns, so you can bully me properly. She, her. Also, hey, new song. In Animal Crossing New Horizons, when you don't visit your island for a long time, you get cockroaches in your house, and you have to chase them and step on them to kill them, and then you get little cockroach ghosts floating up out of them. Ladybug ghosty. I would follow that line of reasoning if it wasn't for the fact that, like, a ghost-like or, like, ethereal is its own prompt. That I think it's within, like, the three traits wheel. If it weren't for that, I would totally be on board. I could probably draw it, like, all warped and crazy, too. I wonder if there's like a 50 Shades of Grey with Tom Nook. Certainly. It has to be there somewhere. As far as the spots on this section go, that kind of look like eyes. I might have to do that part a bit later. I'm not sure I can really make out like the whole head of the ladybug in this reference. Also, I am actually not quite doing it right. I was so preoccupied with the bit that looks like a skull, I forgot there's a whole other section between the skull bit and, or like the head section and the wings. Oh, this probably means I might have to fit the wings in somewhere too. All in due time. AO3 is a wild place. I'm sure it exists. You could even call it 50 Shades of Nook. How many wives does this have? Blink and you'll become their wife like an infection. I suppose well... Jay is my boyf, so I'm not sure they entirely count. But I know Stellar is my wife, so the real answer is just one. Yeah, boyf. Boy wife. I was gonna say, if Issy had many, you could write fanfic and call it Moonlight Hero. You do have two wives. Again, I'm also trying to keep in mind I'm supposed to be drawing this creepy, so I'm trying to think of any little things I could do or add to make it seem, you know, more unsettling than usual. I think I have an idea. This demands that I get a closer look at a ladybug's face. Oh! Oh! Oh, I never caught that. That's interesting. polygamous relationships be like? Well, technically it's polyamorous. One, because, like, we're not actually legally married. But we don't care. Plus, I think, like, polygamy is considered, like, something a little more specific. Ooh, song from the same game. Yeah, but I didn't realize, like, I was looking at the head section, and, like, from the first reference I pulled up, I didn't realize, like, that's where their eyes were. Oh, with that in mind. Thought it was interchangeable and I'm poly. Yeah. I think usually when people talk about polygamy specifically, it's in reference to specifically when there's one guy who has like a dozen wives. Like kind of it's considered kind of like an archaic and like kind of a misogynistic practice. In which case, like, as far as like strict translations or definitions go, sure, polygamy might mean like married to multiple, but culturally it's generally considered something a bit different. And I think it's because of like those kind of traditionalist, like misogynist roots. Like it's not really seen as favorably by comparison. Religious extremists? Yeah, kinda. I think you would mostly see it out of, like, Mormons. At least nowadays. I'm not sure about any other specific, like, religious sects that adhere to it or practice it. I'm trying to determine if that's actually a mouth I'm looking at. Because I'm not actually sure. Let me see here. Oh, that's so interesting. It's like, by all rights, the section here that I've been trying to draw is like an upper lip, and it's like one solid thing, but then like like I said, like this is considered like an upper lip, but then what's the lower lip is actually like two halves. Kind of like that, like kind of like a more traditional bug mouth. It's like, God, that's so interesting. Bugs are neat. And apparently this is set up specifically for chewing. So like it grinds up against their upper lip. But then they also have like little pedipalps, or just palps, to help like pull and hold the food in. Mormons don't practice polygamy. Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints strictly prohibits polygamy. Well, see, and yet, I can't think of like any other contemporary like religious sects that have like the kind of reputation for polygamy that Mormons seem to have. Like usually, you know, when folks talk about Mormons and they're not Mormons, you know, usually at some point, like, at least there's a stereotype that, you know, polygamy is usually involved somewhere. So it might honestly be more to do with... It might have more to do with not necessarily following the doctrine and doing it just as an abusive power structure or something. Looks kind of like a mantis? Well, yeah. Also, I kind of messed up. They actually have, like, proper mandibles on the sides here to actually mash up. But then they still have the lower beds. Well, actually... Then again, maybe this specific image I'm using for reference, it's not really illustrating well enough the exact, like, the exact physiology of the head and mouth parts. Ah! Bugs are neat, but they're also confusing when you're trying to draw them semi-accurately. You know, that's pretty on point with them as someone who lives in a Red Mormon town. Okay, yeah. Actually, I think what I'll do... I'll draw that bit, but then the other parts will come in a bit later. Just a little bit later. Okay. Okay. Oh. I almost forgot. Tennessee. This song is hard to hum along to. You ever lived in a blue state but red town? Shit's crazy. Not that living in a red town and a blue state is bad. It's just funny driving to the next town over and seeing Zero Trump merchandise. I can imagine. Gonna try to go to sleep early. Also, don't like bugs. Night night, Jay. I figured that would. I figured this would kind of be outside of your tastes. Night night, sweet dreamies. The kind of neighborhood, or neighborhoods, I suppose, seem actually kind of unorthodox, at least by today's standards. Because generally, most of the people I've interacted with, both like today as well as growing up, I've always been surrounded like by, like, you know, mainly conservatives and, you know, what would be considered like red districts or towns or what have you. And yet, I guess, nowadays, like, it actually seems like more often than not, particularly in my hometown, that all things considered, they're actually fairly progressive. I can't really speak on the place I currently live because I haven't been here too long, but that's kind of the vibe I got for most of the time from my hometown specifically. I think I should probably make these bits quite a bit bigger. Bigger, rounder. Absolutely, a lot of red voters feel like they need to like out-red the blue around them so they cover themselves in political stuff, at least here. I never thought I'd say this, but honestly, I'm kind of yearning for the days when, like, yard signs or people's walls or windows were covered up with football memorabilia, specifically, of like their favorite teams and whatnot. And now, you know, nowadays it's all been replaced by, you know, the political, like what political and you happen to fall on. I suppose if the wing coverings have to be bigger, so does this midsection. Yeah. Part of my goal for designing this creature is like, I want it to almost look like the gooey undersides sort of like exploded, or at least like expanded to the point that like it dismantled the entire bug from the inside. So it's like all the exoskeletal bits are like separated and floating about, suspended by the goo. can add like little cracked bits. Look at that face. It's just a little guy. You should look up Grounded and the Infected Spider. That's exactly what happens to their butts! Oh dear. You ever seen Ophiocordyceps unilateralis? I recognize cordyceps. I recognize that bit of it, and I think I can extrapolate. Except the infected spiders in Grounded are less like exploded and more like something hollowed out the butt. Still super creepy though. Yeah! But ultimately that's kind of what I'm thinking here. And then I was thinking like... right here would be like... well... kind of like a wing membrane just kind of poking out here. Poking out there, and then the other one could be like at an odd angle. Like it's really not supposed to like be angled that way, but that's what makes it look so nasty and so unnatural. I suppose this this means this first creature is kind of breaking out of the realm of speculative biology and just more a straight up monster. Not that biology can't create monsters, it's just... Whoops. Kitty time! I like this song, it's so catchy. Okay, let me look. I need to... Okay. Just wanted to check where the wing spots were. Okay. I think I want it. That. It's been years since I've had new clothes for myself, so I bought some, but I've accidentally bought pants that are too small. Then I had the audacity to think they were too big and bought a belt, which was also too small. Becoming an adult is hard. What are sizes? Yeah. Ultimately, I just know that I wear large. When in doubt, I default to large. Although that's what works for me. Ah! Time for drugs! Good thing about belts, you can make more holes. Ultimately, I think that depends on what they're made of. Some materials are probably more resilient than others, right? I did buy a large, but it may have been an Asian large. I don't necessarily know what that means. I surmise that it's smaller than an American large. Okay, I'm done with this song. Ooh. This one matches a little better with the tone of a creepy lady blob. No. I need... Okay. Yeah. Little palps. Okay. Wing membranes. Oh, I still need to finish thickening these lines. There's a lot of places sell to Americans who tend to be much more plump than people from Asia. Yeah. You would even... I can basically confirm that's mostly by design. Adding gross little gaps. Make it look even oozier. I'm not really feeling this song right now. Now we're talking. Okay, let me see. Here's a good reference. Okay, I might need to adjust. Might need to readjust some things. Can't lie, gang. American and XXL right now, and I eat mostly salads and coffee. Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. By design. Being American gave me a beautiful full behind though, so that's a plus. American freedom is behind me right now. This is what it's about! I admire your moxie. Oh, how do I go about this? That's about the best I can manage. Okay. That'll manage, I think. And then the other wing. Admittedly, some of this membrane stuff I'm only partly pulling out of my ass. Okay. Um... Yeah, minus the legs or anything else. I think... I think it's basically ready. Or at least the line art is done. I should probably... Well... Yeah, I suppose I'll get on with coloring first. I can figure everything else out a bit later. Because it's absolutely disgusting so far. Great. Oh. Tone it down to just a slightly, ever so slightly lighter shade of gray. Actually, I'll just do the whole thing first and then overlap all the necessary stuff after. Oops. One thing that I'm not depicting in this, like with the head region and the face and mouth bits and everything, there's also like dozens of little light hairs just everywhere. Because we always forget that bugs, like, have little hairs everywhere. Hair usually acts as sensors for most creatures. I know. It's just, I think, by and large, most people don't think, like... It's probably because of the exoskeletons. Like, most people don't picture bugs having hairs anywhere except for maybe the antenna. Might just spend the rest of my life wearing sweatpants. There's no reason pants need to be this expensive. Oh, I feel you. I feel you. It's kind of funny. Like, as a kid, I hated wearing jeans just because I didn't like how they felt. I didn't like the feel of denim on a daily basis. So, you know, growing up, my mom used to buy different sorts of pants that were not jeans. And then once I got into like I think probably around middle school, you know, I entered the time in my life where, you know, everybody's worried about, you know, looking cool and being cool and everything, wanting to try and fit in and shit. And, you know, then I'm like, I gotta get back to wearing jeans. So then I got jeans again. And in present day, now that I've transitioned mostly, it's like I'm right back to hating wearing jeans again. Piss me off because why do our hairs just do nothing? I mean, the actual answer is, like, it's at least suggested that at least the hair on our scalps is mostly meant for sort of like as a, I guess, like a courtship kind of thing. Not really courtship, but like communicating to others like how like appealing or how healthy you are. I don't know. And then as for the hair on the rest of our body, I mean, it's not entirely purposeless or vestigial. Mostly when it comes to like armpit hair or pubic hair, those hairs are mostly meant to like to capture bacteria. Ah, zombie time! Speaking of zombies... It's crazy how that the standard is shaving for fun and completely appropriate activities in the bedroom. Well, ultimately I think that depends on who you ask. You know, because some people are into that. For myself, honestly, because, not because of, but, well, in my case, the only part of my body that I ever actually properly shave is my face. Mostly because, you know, I can't stand the feeling of facial hair, and it makes me hyper dysphoric and everything. Even then, I kind of struggle to do it because of ADHD. But otherwise, I don't actually mind, like, anywhere else on my body being all that much hairier. Like, I don't shave my arms. I can't remember the last time I shaved my legs. And then for areas like my pits or, you know, any other places, I just trim. I just trim with scissors. How lucky I am that I have a steady hand. Okay. And just ever so slightly lighter shade of gray for the eyes. And then probably gonna add little bits of shine between all these compound lenses. Excellent. Nice and proper buggy. Should probably shave everything, but as a Mexican, my shit is kind of untamable because hair is everywhere. Woke up with a stash one day, even though I'm biologically female. Oh, yeah. Artists try not to add details that take a lot of time, and the average viewer won't notice. Okay. I think I'm probably gonna do the wings first. I think I'll probably save the proper goo for last. Just because it's the biggest, the widest surface. Okay. Kind of a funny transition going from a zombie to fairies. And yet starting out they sound very similar. No. There we go. Saving time, saving effort. Probably at a slightly darker traces along the lines now too. There's this kid I follow on YouTube, maybe like 13. I think they made some good fan art of Sonic and Tails. Now every one in a while we'll get a notification from them with some ship art for their self-ship with Sonic, and every time I go, children going through their Sonic self-ship phase, maybe there is some hope for the next generation. Nice. I didn't have a self-ship phase, but I did have at least a ship phase, a Sonic ship phase. Zombies and fairies aren't too different in a way. I've heard plenty of fairy species that eat each other in fairy tales. Sure. Although I think, in the context of Toho, you know, fairies are, like, you know, they're living embodiments of nature, whereas, you know, zombies, or, as the case may be, Jiangshi, you know, they're usually, like, the products of, man-made meddling, let's say. Okay. I think that'll do it for that wing. Now Now for this one. Oops. Not quite as much effort needed, but mostly satisfactory. Then I also need to be partly translucent. Cool. What's Toho? Toho Project. It's where all of these songs are coming from. Or, yeah, it's where all these songs come from, but Toho Project is basically a series of bullet hell video games, like shoot 'em ups, and it happens to be my most favorite series of anything ever. Like, I always at least have a low-key fixation on Toho. It means a lot to me. Okay. Next, I suppose, could be these little spots and areas. Sniffing out the special interest. Indeed. I've been caught red-handed. Yeah, I got the wombo combo. Fucking autism and ADHD. I am ND type, or ND times 2. Okay, bye-bye, fairies. Ooh. Ooh! Ooh, that's saturated. Hmm. Nope. Hmm. I think what I'll do... Nope, nope. Oh, I can't do that, actually. Ah! I got a processing disorder and a bunch of stuff caused by trauma. What is that, a cheeseburger special? Oh, I see what you did with the colors. We got a smart cookie over here. Point and laugh! Golly, you weren't kidding with the bullying. Everyone has a secret degrading kink if it's for comedy, what can I say? How fortunate some of us are to have a thicker skin. Well, thick skin, or I can just understand the humor with it. Nice. Okay. Yeah, now I think it's time to color in the goo. What color should it be? Maybe it could be like almost like a dirty green. A dirty green like towards the bottom and then like kind of transition into like a clearer, almost like water sort of color. Because if it lives near the river, maybe it kind of uses a bit of camouflage and shit. Thinking yellow because ladybug blood is yellowish green. Good point. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I still like the idea of like it being like starting dirtier and then kind of brightening up at least a little bit. Like up here. Oh, actually, I just realized I can't really do that, like with the selection and shit, because it needs to get under the wings too. Oh, that's really annoying though. Meh. I think what I could do is just I could do it like this to start. Like do the whole thing. And then could deselect, then add it in that way. And just kind of do a little back and forth. A little bit of the wingtip down there. That's better. Kind of looks like it's molting. I suppose so. Kind of a difficult molt, but... Ooh! Futo. Another song that's kind of hard to doot along to. That's my solution. I won't do full doots. I didn't notice that. Oop. Doing this on a new layer, so once these are all filled in, I'll just do my erasing tool magic. No one will ever know. A runabout. I'll steal it! No one will ever know! I messed it up. I hate it when my ladybug turns to goo. I know, it's just the worst. I'll save it in a sec. As soon as I'm finished up with this. Oop. You'd think I'd learned by now not to do these erasing stuffs in one single swoop. One single stroke. But no, no. I'm far too full of whimsy. Okay. Safe. Yeah, I think all that's left is just adding on a little bit of shine around and about. tiny girly. Our favorite inchling. Well, my favorite inchling. I'm excited because I think I'm going to animate my comm sheet, but I fear that is a 2-week project. That sounds like a lot of work. I've animated little small things in my time, but I believe in you. Alright. Just like that. And then I could probably merge the color layers, then merge it with the line art, and then do a basic as fuck little background dealio. Oh my. Let's just keep that on shall we? Well, actually, what I could do... Oh, wrong layer. Kind of operating on a basis of good enough. Wait. I could have done something like 100 times simpler. Yes! That wasn't necessary, but that was fun. Yeah, what I could do is just something like... something like this. Instead of erasing, I would just spray a whole thing over it. That way the shading layer is intact and not meddled with while I do the background stuff. Okay. At last. Actually... Ah! I'm gonna do the water first. Be the water like that to start with. Oh wait, I need to save. Or did I already do that? I already did it. Well, now I saved it with a rudimentary background. That's not good enough. Actually, I should make it smaller. And then add like discrepancies like that. Almost like little hills. Yeah. Oh, there it is. I could barely see it. Like little pebbles and stuff. That should be in a different layer. I should probably do it after I do the sky. Beautifully revolting! Yeah! Just what I'm hoping for. I love Yuka's theme. Oh wait, that's not the right. I think that's like the general background done. All I really need to do now is just a bit more shading around and about. I'm actually gonna There we are. maybe just... Oh. Merge these layers. And then just... little... vignette shading. Make it look a bit extra spookier. And I think maybe make this a bit more opaque. Yeah. I think that'll do it. That'll do it. Yeah. We got our lady blob. I'll save this. Stretch. Feels good. Awesome sauce. Normally, I could go for about another hour, but art is a lot of work. So much effort. In which case, I think the only thing I will do as we wrap up, just out of curiosity, I'm gonna go back to the wheels, the spinning wheels. Just as a fun little aside, and I would like to know what results I could have gotten, like, if I were to draw another one tonight. Just to know what I would have in store. So the first wheel, we got beast types, species, and whatnot. A frilled lizard. Cool. Frilled lizard, body type. Also, I forgot to turn on the browser audio. A frilled lizard with a centaurian body type. Interesting. Where would it live? Where would it live? In the mountains. That's about the opposite as is conducive for a frilled lizard type. But what do I know? And then, what kind of art style would I have to draw it in? Ooh. Cutesy! The complete opposite as tonight. An adorable little creature living in the mountains with 6 limbs. Special traits. abilities, behaviors, patterns. What is it? Strong vision. So probably like really big eyes. And then terraforming powers. Maybe it does make sense it lives in the mountains. And then the last one, clairvoyance. It has psychic divination abilities. That's very amusing. But I'm not gonna do that tonight. I'm bushed. I am beat, and I am satisfied. Forgot to mention I had coffee with me this whole time, and a bottle of water. Nobody ever redeemed the trifecta of health, though. So I guess I'll have to drink this off stream. Okay. Let me see. Tomorrow, I'll be streaming again. And next week I will be streaming on Thursday again. And it will be a new beast. A new beast for February. FEBESTIARY. And I'm pretty sure... It'll scare us. Then why do you keep coming back? Yeah, tomorrow I don't know exactly what I want to do. I know I mentioned maybe Dwarf Fortress? Maybe. Possibly even Caves of Cud. That's kind of where my inner gut instincts are leading me. Crippling bestiary addiction. Well, we'll have to wait until next Thursday to figure out what beastie I will do on stream next. Honestly, there's a part of me, a little itty bitty teeny tiny voice in my head that's like, hey, maybe we should draw another creature tonight, but off stream. I don't think I will do that though, because in about a couple hours I'm gonna be watching a movie with friendos, and I need to be there for that. Itty bitty but out voice. Oh, itty bitty burnout voice. It's kind of funny. I think I was actually struggling with a little bit of burnout like a few months ago. A few months? Maybe more like 4 or 5 months ago. But I feel like I'm starting to get back into the rhythm of creation and artistry. Returning to my calling. I know there's also some writing I've been wanting to do, but I'll have to save that, maybe for the weekend. Yeah. Yeah, that's about all I got. Tomorrow might be Dwarf Fort, might be Cud, it might be something else entirely. Got hit with the art baton a few days ago and now I can't stop. it, we do be like that sometimes. Like, I never stop coming up with ideas for shit, but then ADHD. The ADHD arrives, and it ruins all my plans. But yeah, that's tomorrow's stream plan, and then next Monday, I'm gonna be starting Jack 3. Wow. The fuck you guys said. Basically. I remember watching like some short video, it might have been on TikTok or something, or it might have been from TikTok, where it's like the guy was comparing or like describing the ADHD experience, and it was like, okay, most people, you know, they're driving their bodies and their minds like they're driving a car, right? They're in the driver's seat, they're in charge, and do everything, and that's all well and good. When you have ADHD, you're in the passenger seat, and who's in the driver's seat? A fucking monkey. A fucking monkey. It doesn't listen to you, never does what you want it to. It always drives immediately to what catches its interest. And the only way you can stop the monkey is if you beat the shit out of it. Beat it into submission. But by the time you're done, you know, you're tired, you don't want to do anything, you're fatigued. and and ultimately it's like, in relation to other people, it's like, you know, everybody's cars have tinted windows, right? And so you know, they can't see what's going on inside your car. So if we keep going with the metaphor, they're seeing your car, your ADHD monkey-driven car, bumping around and doing all sorts of things, not following traffic rules. And by the time they come over and they're like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And you know, you roll down the window and and you're like, "It's not my fault. It's the monkey. It's the fucking monkey." Me, but it's one of my 300 personalities driving. Man. Brains are a fuck. Okay. I feel like I need something to snack on. Even though I just had taquitos. Well, the taquitos were 3 hours ago. Well, 2.5 hours ago. I could probably grab some graham crackers or something. In the meantime, tomorrow is a stream, probably around the same time. 6 o'clock p.m. Central Time. Possibly 8. You know, if I feel like either having a shorter stream or like starting later for whatever reason if I need to. And then next Monday is Jack 3. And then next Thursday is another beast drawing stream. Okay. That's the plan. That's the plan for the future. Near and only near-ish. But now, at present, we gotta raid somebody, Lily Pals. we gotta raid somebody, Lily Pals. Oh, not now, guys! Have fun beating your driving monkey! Am I inconveniencing you with my raid messages? Okay. Let's see, who should we go pester? Oh, Phoebe is live. Vivi-chan is live? This late? Huh. Oh, and Hana is live too. So many of cool peoples. Oh, let me see here. I thought it was someone else's raid. Well, that's a first. Let's do... Yeah, let's raid Hana. A beloved, cutesy little seal. Playing Lockdown Protocol with friends. Hana-chu! With 3 U's! Yeah, let's go! I'll see you tomorrow, Lily Pals. With whatever I decide to do. Yup. And maybe, possibly, potentially, there's a chance I might do a second creature off stream. If I can maintain the energy. And if I can beat down my monkey. My head monkey. Alright. I need snacks. And I need to chug down this water. I will beat that monkey. Thank you. Thank you. It's my monkey. It knows what it did. It knows what it's doing. Maybe. Okay, that's it. Have a good one, Lily Pals. Happy time zone. Take care of yourselves. Oh, yeah, swimmy!